What's up, Dreamers? This is JT live and in color from Kentucky State Capitol. I'm in Frankfort, Kentucky, hanging out with my friend, Mr. Max Wise, now known as Senator Wise. I've known this gentleman for quite some time, and it's exciting to be here. And all year long, guys, I'm going to be sitting down with folks just like you, right? Just like me, just like Senator Wise, and just sharing some stories so that you understand what the DREAM acronym stands for, how it applies to other people just like yourself who are pursuing their passions, following their dreams, and really creating or making a living by creating a lifestyle for themselves and their family and the folks around them. So it's great to be here, Senator Wise. It's awesome to sit down with you.
Jeremy, good to see you. First off, just Max. Let's drop the senator, the formality thing. The only time we need to talk about that is on the Senate floor when they introduce me. But you've known me your whole life. I've known you. I'm Max. I'm the guy from back in Taylor County.
Good deal. Awesome. Well, hometown friend here, Max Wise, and Max, your credentials coming from our hometown, Campbellsville. Also, you're now an assistant professor there, correct?
Correct.
Adjunct professor at UK, University of Kentucky. Have worked for the FBI, and I'll tell you this. Here's a little side note. I remember when he was working for the FBI. And I would be on campus and I'd see Max Wise and I'd be like, oh my goodness, do I have my social security card on me? Do I have my license? Where's my birth certificate? Have I said anything on a phone call that can get me in trouble? So a track record here of success, and now a Republican representative here in the state Senate. So tell me, Max, a little bit about yourself and what's your reason for serving here at this platform?
Well, Jeremy, like you mentioned, I'm very blessed, and all of those things that where I've got in my life and where I am today, I couldn't have done that without first strong faith in God and being a strong, devout Christian in my beliefs. I've also have two wonderful parents who disciplined me, who raised me the right way, and anytime I looked to steer maybe off path in my young days, if it was middle school or anything like that, my parents were always there to be influential in my life. And for me to make good decisions, and so I give full credit to them, and also for a path that God's led for me to get to where I am today, and has blessed me with much like yourself, leadership skills. If it is charisma, if it's initiatives, if it's positive outlook on life, I just give all faith to God and what I've been blessed with. Awesome.
And you mentioned charisma, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down with Max Wise today, because you're someone who you epitomize what it means to be a dreamer, to take risk and to stay excited and to take action. Now you're experiencing some of those residual components, and now you're helping make decisions at a level that's impacting our entire state, which in turns, our communities, our entire country. That's a big responsibility, and it takes someone who has character, charisma, class, and charm like yourself. So on behalf of all the constituency, I applaud you and I appreciate you. I really do.
Well, thank you. Stepping into a role like this, I took a risk. I know you mentioned that in your book, Dream, is we've got to be risk takers. And I think a lot of times in life, we can sit back and we can say, well, let somebody else do that. If it's even volunteering to coach youth basketball in your communities, people say, well, somebody else will do that role. Serving on a school board, whatever it may be. If you've got the ability to give back in whatever capacity, step out and do that. And we need people to do that. And what I saw in my race is I didn't want to keep waiting and waiting. And a lot of times in politics, I tell you how it happens, is you have to be recruited by a party to step into the arena. And they're like, well, you've got the qualities. Well, with mine, I took a risk. I went unconventional in the world of politics by challenging an incumbent who was already in office. And that was within my own party. So many people frowned on that first, of saying, well, you wait your turn. Well, if we all wait our turn, the merry-go-round may never stop. And I truly believe that if I take the initiative, if I be bold, step out there, put myself out there, put my wife and put our children out there, that positive things can come about with that. And you got to stay persistent.
That's right.
You must stay persistent. I ran a grassroots campaign, which was completely on my own. It was without the help of the Republican Party. It was without the help of a lot of what we call the party machine that back a lot of candidates. And I just went out and told people who I am. I would go to chili suppers. I would go to basketball games. I'd go to town hall meetings. I would go wherever it was, parades. And I would say, here's who Max Wise is. And developing those relationships with people. And once people said, this guy's got something that we like. There's something about him as a candidate that we want to see in Frankfort. And so I didn't want the door to be shut. I wanted that door, if it was cracked, a little ways. And the opportunity was there. Redistricting happened with the state of Kentucky, and politically that meant that there was an opportunity there where candidates, or incumbents, didn't have previous counties. And I knew when that redistricting happened, there was an opportunity there. I didn't want to let it pass. And with my kids, I wanted them to see Dad could fail or Dad could succeed. And I think any time in life, we're going to have failures, but it's what we learn from those failures. And I told my kids, and I think if I had lost that race, Jeremy, my kids probably would have had a horrible night of seeing Dad lost. But by Dad winning, I had to show them also, you get this by hard work.
That's right.
You have to go out and you got to earn it. No one's going to give you anything in life, and no one's entitled to anything. I'm not entitled to this position as state senator. I could easily be beaten 4 years, and if it happens, I didn't work hard enough. And I'm not, for my people back home, doing the right job for them to stay in touch with them. So that's truly where I believe I am today.
That's awesome. I mean, you basically encompass the entire DREAM acronym in that one comment. Daring to be more, taking risks, stepping out, going about it the way you did. And I can relate to that because in writing the book, I didn't seek out a large publishing company. I decided to self-publish. I wanted people to learn a little bit about Jeremy, but I also wanted them to meet some people who've influenced Jeremy in this book. I wanted it to be a conversation, and so there's been some great response and feedback so far. I'm excited about that, and I truly, Max, I prayed hands on the books that folks would find something that they could take with them, adopt that DREAM acronym, apply it to their life, continue taking risks, staying excited through adversity until the job gets done, waking up every day, hard work, like you said, that you wanted to show your kids, and now you're experiencing the momentum, the excitement. Now you're here, but it doesn't stop here. And so, how important, when you look at your journey now, how important is it, Max, to continue dreaming, continue developing yourself, and from a book standpoint, how important is it to continue, I guess you'd say, fill your mind with the positive, the pure, the powerful. Just how intentional are you about personal growth?
I think personal growth, it's always, if like I'm an assistant professor, well, let's go to full-time professor in terms of that position, those titles. And where I'm at today, also, I'm humbled, though, of where I'm at. And I always said this. People tell me all the time, up here, wherever, don't stop at this. There's more opportunities. Well, if those opportunities present themselves, I'll consider that. Somebody asked me the other day, said, where do you think you'll be in 5 years? I know a lot of times we get those questions. Yeah. And we need to think of what work pathway we may be on. I said, I hope in 5 years I'm still at home with my wife and my kids having dinner every night.
That's right.
And doing what I need to be doing to be a father and to be a husband and devoted to my family. But at the same time, if opportunities present itself, whatever they may be, if it's being a chairman of a certain committee up here, if it's being working with some other type of group up here to help that group make more of an influence back home in a community, I'm not going to shy away from whatever opportunity it may that still presents itself. I still think God has paths for all of us, and we have to pursue those paths, but we have to pray about it. We have to also consult. I know my wife, we're running 7 counties. It's a lot of work. Yeah. And if I were to come back and say, honey, guess what? I'm running for this office, and it's going to cover statewide, I think she'd probably say, let me get you by the ear real quick and remind you, what we're doing here. But I think anytime when we see opportunities there, we need to evaluate and think what's best, for us.
So it's safe to say that your faith is at the foundation of everything you do, correct?
Correct.
Your family is your reason why.
Yes.
Right? And as you continue moving forward, pursuing your passion, your calling, serving as many people as you can at the highest capacity you can, what are your final thoughts on, what you feel like the DREAM acronym, DARE, risk, excitement, action, and momentum, how do you think that will apply for you moving forward? How do you think that can apply for folks today, whether it be they're just now recognizing their potential, maybe they're younger, not really sure what they want to do with their life, maybe they're older and potentially given up on some things, kind of set it aside. I read a quote one time that said most people die at the age of 25 because they stopped dreaming.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts there, Max?
That's a very good question. And I would encourage, being a professor and working with young people, I love being able to mentor them. And I always tell them, if anyone's ever told you no in life, you can't do that, push that aside. I remember joining the FBI. I remember when I was in high school, I had one of my really good friends tell me, you're not going to be able to get in the FBI. It's about like making it into the NFL. Yeah. And I remember, and I'm a competitive person. I think a lot of times positive people are competitive, and competitive in a good sense, not in I'm going to cut you at the knees or something like that, but being competitive as nothing's going to stop me from achieving that. And that's where the dreaming, the daring, taking action, and excitement. If somebody tells me no, I'm going to say, I'll show you I can. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. And it comes with hard work. And just like you're saying, and I just tell my students, don't just, confine yourself to learning out of a textbook. Get out, do a study abroad, go intern, get out and experience the excitement that's outside of a classroom setting. That's dreaming. And if there's an adult, takes it upon themselves of a career change, I know that could be very difficult of maybe saying, wow, I may be facing a midlife crisis here, making a career change. But if you're stuck in a rut right now, and every day you wake up and it's doing the same old thing, there's nothing positive about your life. Think of what you need to be doing to find that positive note, whatever it could be.
Yeah, certainly. Well, good deal. Well, listen, I know time is valuable, and you're a busy man, and I'm excited I had a chance to sit down with you. And guys, again, live and in color from Frankfort, Kentucky. Here's the book, D.R.E.A.M. You guys can pick it up at jeremyandyou.com/dream, and this is a personalized signed copy to Mr. Senator Max Wise.
Thank you, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. And Max, as we close down, a couple of fun questions real quick.
Okay.
Just some off the cuff here. What's your favorite ice cream?
Favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip. I have no hesitation.
Mint chocolate chip. What about a favorite Halloween costume?
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, one of my kids dressed up as one of the Ghostbusters last year for Halloween. For his costume, I thought that was fantastic to do so. My favorite Halloween costume that I ever went, one time I remember going to a middle school sock hop dance. We had a Campbellsville Middle School, and I dressed up as some kind of Texas chainsaw woodsman. And I had this nasty looking outfit and this makeup kit on my face, and I walked in and everybody was so scared. They didn't know who I was. That was my favorite because I won the competition that night of scariest costume. And I remember that specifically for that reason.
Good deal, awesome. And what's one other question? What's been your most enjoyable vacation spot?
Oh my gosh, it has to be anything I do with my family. Disney World is right up there. Being able to live through your kids and seeing that excitement of something like Disney World, I think is just so much fun. And a lot of parents will say, "Gosh, that's too much work to take your kids to Disney World." That's not work. Yeah. Work is having to grind it out every day. Doing something like that and seeing your kids excited and being able to think, "Wow, this princess is real," and things like that. That was probably my most exciting moment.
Nice. Any final thoughts for our viewers today?
I just appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing this. Education and reading is one of my big platforms. Being vice chairman of education up here in the Senate, my town halls, I try to push the public libraries, and what you're doing right here of getting people to read. And like you mentioned, you read one book maybe in high school that was not required. Yeah. That was an enjoyable book. Reading opens avenues, and it gives us abilities to dream. That's right. So I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much,
You're
Max.
welcome.
Hey guys, as always, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. From Frankfort, Kentucky, here at the state capitol, dreams do come true for people just like you. You guys have a good one. Stay fresh as always, and stay blessed. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Max.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yes.